All right, so we're diving into the world of leather goods, focusing on the role of a packing operator. It's all about those final touches before a product hits the shelves. And of course, we've got all the RoleCatcher intel right here to help you nail that interview.
Yeah, it's such an interesting role. It combines precision with a real appreciation for the craft. It's not just packing, it's about presentation and protecting these often delicate items.
Okay, so first things first. What exactly does a leather goods packing operator do? I mean, we're talking adding handles, labels, carefully placing them in that textile sack, making sure it looks amazing, but also arrives in perfect condition.
Exactly. And don't forget the organization involved, juggling all those orders, the documentation, getting everything prepped for the transport agency. There's a lot to keep track of.
Right, so how do we show an interviewer if we've got all that? Well, they're going to ask some pretty specific questions. But don't worry, we're here to help you tackle them. Let's start with a common one. What inspired you to become a leather goods packing operator?
Hmm.
This is your chance to stand out.
It's your chance to show some passion for the industry, maybe even share a personal story. Think about what draws you to leather goods in the first place. Is it the craftsmanship, the transformation of raw materials into something beautiful, the artistry of the final product?
Let's say you answer something like, I've always been fascinated by how leather can be transformed into something so beautiful and functional. That's a good start, but we can make it even stronger.
Yeah, definitely. You can talk about the satisfaction of seeing a perfectly packaged product ready for the customer.
That's a great point. It shows you understand that packing is part of the whole customer experience. And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be really helpful. It analyzes the job description and suggests details to include, details the employer is looking for.
So if they emphasize experience with certain materials or techniques, RoleCatcher helps you weave that into your answer, even if it wasn't specifically mentioned in the question.
It's like having a personalized cheat sheet. Okay, another common question. How do you ensure leather goods are packaged properly to prevent damage during shipping? This one's all about showcasing your knowledge of the process.
Right. You want to break down those specific steps, using protective layers, filling voids to prevent shifting, securing closures, choosing the right boxes.
You could even mention specific materials, like those textile sacks to protect from scratches, or acid-free tissue paper to prevent discoloration.
And don't forget about labeling, double-checking addresses, using clear labels, adding handling instructions. It all shows you're thinking about the entire journey.
Okay, what if they ask this? How do you prioritize your workload when multiple orders need to be packed at the same time? Time management skills are crucial here.
Absolutely. Have a system in mind, whether it's by deadlines, order complexity shipping destinations, walk them through your process, checklists, task management systems, whatever helps you stay organized.
And here's a pro tip from RoleCatcher's Career Guide. Highlight your flexibility and ability to adapt. What would you do if an urgent order came in? Or if priorities suddenly changed?
Exactly. It shows you can handle the pressure. And think on your feet.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Imagine this scenario. A customer receives a damaged or incorrect item. How would you handle that? This is where empathy and communication skills really come in.
The key is to acknowledge their frustration, let them know you're taking it seriously, and explain how you'd resolve the issue.
You could say something like, my priority is to reassure the customer that we're here to help. I'd apologize for the inconvenience and assure them I'll do everything I can to fix it. Then I'd gather all the information order details, photos of the damage, and follow company protocol to ensure a replacement or refund, keeping them informed every step of the way.
That's great. It shows you care about customer satisfaction, that you can stay calm, and that you understand the procedures.
Now remember, an interview is a two-way street. You're not just answering questions. You're also assessing the company. What kind of questions could you ask them?
Oh, the RoleCatcher Career Guide has some excellent examples, like asking about professional development opportunities, or the company's growth plans in the leather goods market. But don't be afraid to get specific.
Yeah, exactly. You could ask about the team dynamics, the day-to-day responsibilities, or even their approach to sustainability with their packaging.
Showing that genuine curiosity goes a long way. It also helps you get the information you need to decide if it's the right fit for you. And speaking of the right fit, how do you stay updated with trends in the industry?
Yeah, that's a good one. It shows initiative and a commitment to learning. Do you follow any industry publications? Attend trade shows, workshops, online courses?
You could mention specific publications, like Leather Goods Today or Packaging World. Shows you're serious about staying informed. And following influential designers or brands on social media, that can give you some insights into emerging trends, too.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher's specialism section in the career guide. It outlines all those key skills and knowledge areas for a packing operator, like production techniques, quality control procedures, even understanding different leather types and how to handle them.
It's a great roadmap for your skill development. You can see where to focus as you gain experience and start aiming for those higher level roles.
And get this, RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze your skills, compare them to those specialism requirements, and recommend personalized learning paths to fill any gaps. It's like having a personal career advisor.
Okay, another common question. How do you prioritize safety in your work as a leather goods packing operator? This is about showing you're safety conscious, especially in a manufacturing setting.
Absolutely, you want to emphasize following all the safety guidelines, being aware of potential hazards, reporting any unsafe conditions.
You could mention wearing the right PPE, keeping your workspace organized, handling tools responsibly. That shows you're proactive about safety.
And again, RoleCatcher's AI can tailor your answer. It highlights safety keywords from the job description, so you can weave them into your response. It shows you're paying attention and understand their specific safety culture.
That's a great point. Okay, here's another one. What strategies do you use to maintain high levels of productivity and efficiency? They want to know you can get the job done quickly and accurately.
Yeah, this is where you break down those organizational skills. Talk about workflow optimization techniques. Do you prioritize by deadlines, break down large tasks, minimize distractions?
RoleCatcher's Career Guide mentions that the work can be fast-paced and involves standing for long periods, so acknowledging that and highlighting your ability to work efficiently under pressure is important.
It shows you've done your research and understand the demands of the job. Okay, let's be real. Everyone gets stressed sometimes.
Yeah.
How would you handle the pressure of tight deadlines?
I think honesty is key here. Share your coping mechanisms, deep breathing exercises, short breaks, meticulous planning. Shows self-awareness and a proactive approach to stress management.
And remember, RoleCatcher can help you practice your responses. Even give you AI-powered feedback to refine your delivery. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. We've been focused on the interview, but what about the bigger picture of this career path?
Right, RoleCatcher's Career Guide has a pros and cons section. It paints a pretty honest picture.
Yeah, it's not all sunshine and roses. There are repetitive tasks. It could be physically demanding a lot of standing. Those are things to consider.
But on the plus side, high job stability, potential for growth, and you get to work with beautiful, high-quality products.
And that growth potential is exciting. The guide outlines different advancement paths, supervisory roles, quality control specializations, even working with luxury brands.
Yeah, it's great to know there's room to grow and build a real career.
And RoleCatcher's AI can help map out that journey by analyzing your skills and suggesting personalized learning paths. Okay, one last question before we wrap up this part. The dreaded salary expectations question.
I know it can be tricky.
But RoleCatcher's salary insights can help. They let you benchmark your expectations against industry averages.
But it's also important to research salaries in your specific location. They can vary a lot. And framing your answer as a range gives you some flexibility.
You could say something like, based on my research and experience, my salary expectations are between range. I'm confident my skills and dedication would make me a valuable asset.
Exactly. Confidence is key. You're not just looking for a job, you're bringing your expertise to the table. Now, before we move on, let's talk about networking. Building connections can open doors to opportunities you might not even know exist.
And guess what? The RoleCatcher Career Guide has networking tips too. Trade shows, industry conferences, professional organizations, all great places to meet people, learn about openings, and get your resume seen.
Yeah, those casual conversations can lead to amazing things.
And RoleCatcher's AI can even analyze your LinkedIn profile and recommend connections based on their industry or shared interests. Okay, let's talk about a crucial moment at the end of the interview when they ask, do you have any questions for me?
This is your time to shine. Your questions are just as important as your answers.
It's a good idea to have a few jotted down beforehand. Shows you prepared and genuinely curious.
The RoleCatcher Career Guide suggests asking about the company's growth plans, opportunities for development, or the team dynamic. It's about gathering information to make sure it's the right fit.
Remember, it's a two-way street. Okay, let's tackle some behavioral questions. Those can be tricky. First up, what is your greatest weakness?
It feels like a trap, but it's really about self-awareness and a commitment to personal growth. Choose a weakness that's relevant, but not a deal breaker, and emphasize how you're working to overcome it.
For example, you could say, I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, which can slow me down. But I'm working on finding that balance between excellence and efficiency. I've learned to prioritize and delegate, which has helped my productivity.
That's a great example. It shows self-awareness, willingness to learn, and a proactive approach. Okay, here's another one. Tell me about a time you failed.
Nobody likes talking about failures, but it's a chance to show resilience, problem-solving skills, and the ability to learn.
Choose a failure that wasn't catastrophic, but one you grew from.
Focus on the lessons learned, the actions you took to fix it, and how you've applied those lessons since.
Right, for instance, you could say. In a previous role, I mislabeled a shipment which caused a delay and frustrated clients. I took responsibility work to fix it and implemented a new system for double-checking labels. It taught me the importance of attention to detail and clear communication.
That's a strong response. Shows accountability and willingness to learn. And RoleCatcher can help you practice these types of questions too. Okay, let's move on to a question that can be vague. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
This one's about ambition and vision, but also being realistic. A good approach is to express your desire to grow within the company. Maybe specialize in quality control or work with specific types of leather goods.
You could say something like, in 5 years, I see myself as a valuable member of this team. Having owned my skills and potentially taking on more responsibility, I'm eager to learn, contribute to the company's success, and explore growth opportunities.
That's great. It shows ambition and commitment to their goals. Speaking of goals, let's talk salary negotiations.
Ah, yes, once you've aced the interview and gotten the offer, it's time to make sure you're compensated fairly. RoleCatcher's Career Guide has some tips for negotiating with confidence.
It's all about doing your research, knowing your worth, understanding industry standards, and being ready to explain your value.
RoleCatcher Salary Insights can help you benchmark your expectations.
But remember, it's a negotiation. Be prepared to listen and compromise, but also stand your ground and advocate for what you deserve.
Okay, let's talk about something nonverbal. Body language.
It can say a lot about your confidence, engagement, and demeanor.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide has tips for projecting positive body language, maintaining eye contact, sitting up straight using open gestures.
Avoid crossing your arms, fidgeting, or looking down. Project confidence, enthusiasm, and genuine interest.
Practice helps record yourself answering questions and watch your body language.
Okay, another classic question. Why should we hire you?
Feels like a lot of pressure, but it's your chance to sum up your strengths.
Be concise, confident, and compelling. Highlight relevant skills and experiences and connect them to the role.
For instance, you could say, you should hire me because I'm highly motivated and detail-oriented. With a track record of success and relevant experience, I'm passionate about leather goods and eager to contribute to your growth. My skills and specific experience would make me a valuable asset.
Perfect, confident, concise, and outlines your strengths. Now, don't forget to follow up after the interview. A thank you note within 24 hours shows appreciation and keeps you top of mind.
The RoleCatcher Career Guide has tips for writing a compelling thank you note. Reiterate your skills, highlight points that resonated, and express your enthusiasm.
Personalize it to each interviewer. Mention something specific you discussed to show you were listening.
Those details make a difference. Okay, let's revisit the work environment.
Right, we talked about it being physically demanding and repetitive.
But the guide also says it typically involves factories, warehouses, or production units.
Those can be noisy and fast-paced.
Something to be prepared for.
But if you thrive in a bustling, hands-on environment, it might be a great fit. And there's often a strong sense of camaraderie and teamwork.
Okay, ready to wrap things up and get you prepped? Definitely we've covered so much, from what the role actually involves to those tough interview questions, even potential career paths.
Yeah, and before we send you off to that interview, I want to emphasize the power of RoleCatcher's AI.
Yes, it's not just about information, it's about the right information, tailored to you and the specific role.
It's like this, you wouldn't wear just any outfit to an interview, right? You'd choose something that fits the company culture, presents you in the best light. RoleCatcher does the same thing for your resume and answers.
Okay, so how does it work? Let's say you're stuck on that salary expectations question.
Right, RoleCatcher doesn't just give you a random number. It looks at your experience, your skills, the job description, even your location, to give you a realistic and tailored salary range.
And it goes beyond salary. Remember those specialisms. RoleCatcher can analyze your skills and suggest learning paths to help you level up.
Like a personal career strategist in your pocket.
Okay, let's wrap up with some final thoughts. As you head into that interview, let your passion shine through. Showcase your attention to detail your commitment to quality and safety.
Then don't forget to use RoleCatcher's AI to refine your approach, tailor your answers, and get that extra edge.
Now here's a thought to ponder. As you start this journey in the world of leather goods, think about the products that really capture your imagination. Are you drawn to handbags, the craftsmanship of shoes, maybe those luxurious bespoke leather creations?
As you gain experience, think about specializing, focusing on a particular niche within the industry.
The possibilities are endless. With preparation, passion, and the right tools, you can build an incredible career in leather goods.
A world where artistry and precision combine to create something truly special